Hi there. Today I want to talk about knowledge and how that builds our confidence in the kitchen. There are many ways we can build our knowledge. We can use cookbooks, courses, online recipes. We could go and train as a chef if we want to. But I think the most organic way to build knowledge in the kitchen is to just constantly ask why while we're cooking. Every time we read a recipe or cook a meal, we can ask why each step of the way. The more we get the understanding of why things are done, how they're done, the more we can understand why we've made mistakes. Because we will make mistakes. So today, I'm gonna make a carbonara and I'm gonna ask why each step of the way to kind of show you. So let's go. So our first step is gonna be to get our kettle boiled. Why? Because we want to put our pasta into boiling water. This is the fastest way to ensure that, and it just saves us lots of time. Next, we're going to chop down some garlic. So to peel it, we just crush it a bit, and then that loosens up the skin. And we're just chopping this down however we feel. It doesn't need to be specific, it just needs to be chopped. We're not going for any awards. And then we're gonna take a small pan and then put our garlic into the pan. And then we're gonna dice down some bacon and do the same. And again, this doesn't need to be perfect. And then we're going to put some oil over those. I reckon about 100 ml is going to be fine here. And then we'll give it a stir to just break it down. And then we'll put it on about a medium to high heat. And now we're going to get our boiling water from the kettle, put it in a pan with some salt. Why do we put salt in? Because Italy said so. And now we separate 2 eggs per portion. So we want 2 yolks. We want the yolk because it's the fattiest part and we're less likely to get a scramble. So then we'll whisk out our yolks. Add what is right now feeling like about 25 grams of Parmesan. We might need more. And we're going to sit that bowl on top of our boiling water. And this just starts our cooking process on our eggs. Why do we do this in a bowl rather than in a pan? It saves us making scrambled egg pasta, which I have done before. With this egg mix, we're not looking for anything in particular. We just want to get a little bit of heat through the eggs and cheese. So now we'll come back over to our bacon and garlic and see how that's getting on. There's a little bit of colour going through the bacon, but we want this to be crispy, super crispy. So we're gonna let that go a little bit longer. We're doing it like this in all this oil is so that the bacon can cook through evenly, we can get a nice colour, and we can emulsify it into our eggs all in one go, basically. And now we can add our spaghetti. So when we put spaghetti into the pan, open it up like this, drop it in, and if we work as hard as we can on getting the pasta into the water as fast as possible, we should get less clumpy bits of spaghetti. So I usually just spend a little minute working it all in. If we burn our fingers, we burn our fingers. It's part of the game, right? And as soon as is humanly possible, we're just aggravating it, and this just keeps it from clumping up as well. So if we look now, I've got a nice bit of colour on our bacon. We don't want to go too much further with that, so it's coming off the heat. So now we're going to emulsify the bacon, the oil and the garlic with our eggs. It's gonna feel really chefy when you do it. It's gonna be quite intimidating, but it's very easy if you just take your time and you just smash into it. So, because this bowl's spinning, I'm gonna put a wet paper towel underneath it. And why do we do that? Because it just creates a source of friction and I can go as fast with my whisk as I want to, and it's not gonna move. It's not. I'm back over to my spaghetti to just see how that's getting on. Right, let's emulsify some fat and some eggs. So we're just slowly trickling in our oil. And if you need to stop a little bit of the way through, that's fine. And we just keep going in with our oil, and you're just looking for that to tighten up. A bit like mayonnaise. This is exactly how they make mayonnaise, except they're not throwing bacon into it. So once your oil's in, you can start adding the bacon and garlic mix. And that's our carbonara sauce. So our spaghetti's cooked. I'm just going to strain that off, and as fast as I can, just catch the colander with the pan, give it a good shake, and I'm just going to leave that there. And right before we add our pasta, I'm just going to add a little trickle of starchy water, and that's going to make it super saucy, and that just stabilizes our sauce. Notice how I haven't put this sauce in a pan. That's because we've already heated it as a double boiler to get some cooking through the eggs. We've then emulsified it with hot oil, which is then going to cook the eggs further, and I'm now going to add hot pasta. We don't need to put this in a pan. There's no need to do it, it just makes life far more difficult. So now, I'm going to get my pasta, and that's just going to go straight in, and we're just going to mix it. And if it's not quite saucy enough, you can add more starchy water, which I think I'm going to do. A little trickle at a time, maybe about a tablespoon worth, and that's going to give us our carbonara. So let's plate that. Grab a bunch of the spaghetti, let whatever needs to drop off, and then we're into the middle of the bowl. And then whatever bacon, sauce, garlic is left over, you can just throw on top. Big wad of parmesan and a crack of black pepper. So today we've made a dish that could be really difficult, but by questioning how each of the ingredients work, we've managed to make it a lot easier. If you've enjoyed this video, please perform your civic duty by liking and subscribing. Thank you for stopping by.